Here's the thing. You know how some motorcycles make you pick a lifestyle? Like you're either the commuter or the dirt gremlin or the highway hero? Well, Suzuki might have just built the first bike in forever that says, nah, do all of it. Same morning, too. Ride to work, hit a muddy trail after lunch, blast some back roads at sunset. No trailer hitch, no second set of tires, no lame excuses. That's the promise anyway. And honestly, after keeping us waiting, like 25 years waiting, Suzuki kind of had to nail this one. Welcome to Moto Metrics, and today we're getting into the 2025 Suzuki DR-Z4S. What's new? What's still old? Whether you should drop $8,999 on it. Plus, stick around till the end, because I caught something most reviewers are totally sleepwalking past. Like, it's right there, and nobody's talking about it. You'll see. Okay, but first, a little history, because you can't understand this bike without it. Back in the year 2000, the DR-Z4S showed up and basically owned the dual sport world. Light, indestructible, started every time, even when you forgot to treat it nicely. Riders got so attached that Suzuki just stopped messing with it. For 2.5 decades. That's not a product cycle, that's a fossil. While everyone else moved to fuel injection, traction control, ride-by-wire, the DR-Z4S was over there with a carburetor and a single spark plug like it was applying for a museum grant. But emissions rules finally caught up. You can't dodge the regulators forever. So Suzuki had two choices: kill it or fix it. Good news, they fixed it. Great news, they didn't just bolt on new plastic and call it a day. This thing got rebuilt, top to bottom. So what actually changed? Basically everything. The engine still says 398cc single-cylinder DOHC on paper, but that's where the similarity ends. New valves, new cams, redesigned piston, dual spark plugs up top, and a ride-by-wire fuel injection system breathing through a bigger throttle body. The carb? Gone. Forever. And look, if you've ever tried to cold start an old DR-Z on a 30-degree morning, you know the ritual. Choke on, pray, swear, wait, try again. Now, tap the starter button. That's it. No prayer required. The frame's brand new too. Steel twin spar with an aluminum subframe and a new aluminum swing arm. Suzuki claims 9.3% more torsional rigidity, which sounds like marketing fluff, except you actually feel it when you lean into a corner. The bike just settles. Responsive, sure-footed, whether you're carving pavement or picking through loose rocks. But here's where it gets wild. And I mean genuinely wild for this price point. Suzuki dropped their full Intelligent Ride System, S.I.R.S, into a dual sport under $9,000. 3 drive modes, 3 levels of traction control, plus a dedicated gravel mode, fully adjustable ABS. Let that sink in. The Honda CRF 300L and Kawasaki KLX 300, great bikes, about $5,500. They don't come anywhere close to this tech package. You're basically getting adventure bike electronics on a dual sport budget. The drive modes, A, B, C, all give you the same peak power, but they deliver it differently. A mode is sharp and snappy, great for pavement. B mode is your everyday, linear, predictable vibe. C mode, soft and forgiving, perfect if you're newer or if the trail turns ugly. And the gravel traction mode? Journalists who took this thing through Oregon's Tillamook State Forest, over 250 miles of OHV trails, said G mode alone is worth the upgrade. It lets the rear spin just enough to keep momentum without washing out, and it doesn't kill your power while doing it. That's real-world useful, not just a checkbox. Now, suspension. Because the old DR-Z felt ancient here, and the new one? Huge leap. Up front, fully adjustable KYB inverted forks, 11 inches of travel. Out back, KYB shock, 11.6 inches of travel. Adjustable preload, rebound, high slow-speed compression. That's serious hardware. The kind you'd expect on a much pricier bike. First rides from Cycle News and Rider Magazine both said the suspension felt dialed from the factory. Not too stiff for trails, not too mushy for highways. All right, but I promised honesty, so here's the sore spot. It still has a 5-speed transmission, not 6, 5. So when you're humming along at 65 to 75 miles per hour, you will find yourself tapping your toe up searching for a sixth gear that doesn't exist. That's where experienced riders feel the bike's ceiling on longer road trips. Suzuki tried to mask it with a fatter torque curve, and for most riding it works, but on the highway, you notice. Deal breaker for a pure dual sport rider? Probably not. For someone wanting highway touring chops, yeah, worth knowing. Also worth knowing, the stock seat height is 36.2 inches, so shorter riders, you're gonna struggle to flat-foot it. Suzuki sells a low seat that drops at about 1.2 inches, which helps, but if you're under 5'6", have a real conversation with yourself before buying. Price: $8,999 MSRP. That's $1,800 more than the outgoing model. And yeah, people online have feelings about that. But let's be real. What else are you buying? The Honda and Kawasaki are cheaper, but come with smaller engines, less suspension travel, zero electronics. The KTM 390 Enduro R is in the same ballpark, but feels more like a street bike wearing off-road clothes. The Honda CRF 450 RL is about $1,000 more, has more grunt, but wants an oil change every 600 miles and punishes you if you lug it. The DR-Z4S lives in a weird, useful middle ground, more capable than the budget options, less needy than the premium ones. Suddenly, $9K doesn't sound crazy. Two colors: champion yellow with white accents, classic Suzuki, looks killer, or solid iron gray for the stealthy blacked-out crowd. Okay, remember that thing I said reviewers are missing? Here it is. This bike is rare. Not rare like hard to find, rare like genuinely hard to put in a box. A new rider can learn on it. Mode C and G traction control help a ton. A seasoned rider can push it hard on technical single track. It commutes, it tours, it hits trails, and you don't need to be a mechanic or a masochist to own it. The old DR-Z4S built a legend over 25 years because it was honest and reliable. The new DR-Z4S wants the same thing, just with 2025 tech instead of Y2K leftovers. And from every first ride report out of Oregon, it's working. So the question isn't really, is it good? It clearly is. The question is it yours? That depends on how you split your time between road and dirt, how tall you are, and whether that 5-speed bugs you for how you actually ride. 60% off-road, 40% pavement, or you've been waiting for a dual sport that finally feels modern? Yeah, this is your bike. But if you're mostly a highway cruiser who touches dirt once in a while, you might want to keep looking. That's the real take on the 2025 Suzuki DR-Z4S. $8,999. A quarter century of waiting. And honestly, worth it. If you're still curious, I've got another video waiting for you right over here. Hit that end screen. I'll catch you in the next one. This is Moto Metrics, and we ride for the facts.